Welcome to the Culture Coach Podcast with me, Nikki Lerner. I'm here to help you build the skill set of multicultural leadership and find your confidence again and your voice again in an ever-changing multicultural world and workplace. Ready to up-level your skill set? Get certified in multicultural work at the Culture Coaching Lab. Add to your resume and lead with confidence as you get your certification in multicultural leadership and cultural advising. Go there now, culturecoachinglab.com. Come on, let's get into it today. Recently, I was working with a client of mine, and I had gotten there for the presentation early just so that I could, sort of be a part of things and be in the room and get a vibe for the room. I really like to do that if I can. I prefer to do that as opposed to just kind of showing up, right at the time I'm supposed to speak or present. And so as I was sitting there, I was listening to one of the executives of the company share sort of the, where they were, where the company was, where some of the things that they are striving for, and really trying to help this group of leaders set their own priorities. And one of the things that this executive said was something to the effect of, I know that a lot of companies and organizations are abandoning their cultural diversity work. However, that is not us, and we will not be abandoning that. And I had the opportunity to speak after this executive to this group of leaders. And the first thing I said was, it's so refreshing to hear a senior leader say, I know that other companies are doing this. I know that other organizations have decided to do this, but we are still committed to it. It was just refreshing. I had a colleague of mine not too long ago, ask me, what do you think about all of these companies, abandoning their culture work? And I mean, to me, it has nothing to do with me, quite frankly, because I know for myself, as well as for you, if you listen to me, that we are committed. We are in this for the long run. We are in this until we see the results that we want to see. And so just because somebody else decided to stop their efforts doesn't mean that we should. And so going back to connecting with this senior executive and this group of leaders, what I explained to the group of leaders afterwards was that for me, the only companies and leaders that have made a decision to abandon their cultural diversity efforts in their organizations are the ones who are impacted the least amount by it. You see, you can decide after a couple of years or after a handful of years that, if you want to cut the budget somewhere, that diversity is the place you want to cut it. You can decide to stop your mentorship programs because after, a year or two, you feel like you don't have any results. But what I'm telling you is that it's very simple to cut this work or deprioritize the work when you are not impacted by the work. And so just know that, if you make a decision as a leader to stop pursuing this work, it's a sign that you are not impacted by it. And it doesn't mean that the people that were impacted in the first place, and it's really the reason you started it in the first place, it doesn't mean that that impact is no longer happening. So what's there to say about that? Number one, to all of you who are continuing to lead the charge forward in the next 5 to 10 years about doubling down on your diversity efforts, not abandoning them, I want to champion you. And I also want to invite you to join our certification program at the Culture Coaching Lab in 2025. You can reach out to us via the website right now and book a call with me to talk about how to get you certified in 2025. We have certifications in multicultural leadership and cultural advising. And so for those of you that are doubling down on your efforts, that you are doing more, not less, I want to commend you for that and know I am cheering loudly for you. For those of you that maybe you're like, I don't know if this is working, I would encourage you to consider that there are other people in your organization and other people who may have joined your organization in the future that are having an impact because you have decided not to do the work. I was really proud of my client for what they did, and come on, let's keep going. This is the time. Let's press in. Let's double down on our efforts towards a more welcoming, more diverse workplace. I'm here for you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to engage with us today. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. We got you. Take 60 seconds. Go to culturecoachinglab.com. You can go grab your first free mini course, and you can sign up today for our email newsletter. Looking forward to hanging out with you more. We'll see you next week.